Hello everyone, welcome again to another Narc Survivor live video. As you can see, I'm just out here hiking. Just climbed this peak, 233 meters. It took me about 25 minutes. And yeah, I was just up there now, just took a little break, sat down for a few minutes, get my energy back, because I pretty much power walked the entire way. So yes, it was quite draining, but now I feel so refreshed. Good bit of exercise. And yeah, it's a healing activity to come out here and just explore. I highly recommend it for you to come out and just go for a walk, climb a mountain, or even just walk in the forest. Just any little walk for 30 minutes. If you're ruminating about the narcissist and all of the things they did to you, just come out somewhere where you can experience some peace. It will be very good for you. So yeah, that's the intro for this video. A different way to start it off. And I hope it's something that motivates and inspires you. I mean, that's what you really need. That's what we all need. Is, especially coming out of abuse, we need a role model. Someone who isn't just talking about things, but they are actually coming out and doing it. Which, as you can see, it's what I do. I don't just talk about it. I'm actually doing it for real, in real life. As you can see, I'm sweating right now, and I was sweating a lot more before as well. Because when I dedicate myself to an activity, I put all of my effort into it. I give it my all. And as you can see, I reap the rewards. I receive the positive benefits of it. So yeah, just a little bit of motivation. Whenever you're feeling down, just play this video back. I am sure that it will uplift you, to show you that yes, my past, I can still come out and kill it on these walks, which, as you know, you should know by now. As you can see, yes, that's what I do. I kill it every time. But yes, starting to lose my breath a bit again now. Coming up this incline on the way back. But I do have a message today as well. As you probably noticed by the title. Of course, they want you to think that they've just forgotten about you. They're looking happy now, riding off to the sunset with their new supply. Look like everything is fine and dandy. They don't need you anymore. Or at least that is how it seems. Because as I've said before, everything you get from a narcissist, it is manipulation. Everything you see, it is an illusion. It's very different from what it is. But of course, yes, they would love you to think. It does not lead people anywhere good. It just can't with that type of energy. Low vibe, negative energy. There's just no way that cannot manifest anything good. And the way that they leave you traumatized without a care, without any consideration for you, there is just no way that that can lead them into a good place. There's just no way that that is possible. Because again, remember, you were subjected to abuse and mistreatment. And all you were trying to do is to try and make things right with them. You did everything you could, everything in your power to make them happy. But nothing was ever good enough for them. They always wanted more. And in the end, you got fed up and you left. Or they just discarded you because they had no use for you after that. So they carry this negative energy and this shame with them. Because cluster B disorders, yes, they know exactly what they do. They just don't care. All they care about is themselves. As I said before, they live in a world inside their heads with a population of one. It's just them and everything outside of them. People, we are all just extensions of them. They don't even see us. They don't see us as separate people with our own feelings and needs. We are just objects. We're not even human to the narcissist. So these are all important things that you must remember. And with that in mind, yes, the narcissist does not get over you because they never process these emotions. They never heal the traumas. So knowing that, all they can do is move on with that exact same energy of everything they did to you. And they're just never going to let it go. They will hold on to it. They'll hold on to that bitterness and resentment, those grudges, and they will carry that with them into the next relationship or situation that they are going in. Which means that whatever they try to do or achieve in the future, it's already predestined. It's going to be destroyed. It's going to be all over for them. And that's just the way that it goes for them. Because they're taking that energy, that shame, it stays with them. They try to dump it onto you, but it still stays with them as well. Or if they project it onto you, you just project it right back, often without even realizing, because you know that it doesn't belong to you. So yeah, they don't get over you. And it's very difficult for them to replace you because you were their grade A source of supply. When they said jump, you said how high. You were willing to do anything you possibly could to please, to make them happy. And nothing you did was ever good enough for them. So they can never be satisfied. And they always see the grass being greener. And in a lot of situations, yes, it probably was. But they don't see that until they've moved on to the next situation. And then they feel dissatisfied again, just as they did when they were with you. I mean, that's what narcissism is really characterized by. It's just nothing is ever enough. And that is exactly how you will feel when you are around them. You will feel like no matter what you do, No matter how hard you try to please them, you will never be enough. They will always see something wrong with you. They will always want more. And yet you can come around someone else and they can really value and appreciate you, as I do myself, which should reveal to you that yes, it is them. They just can't be satisfied. They can't be happy. And the reason why is because they have a mental illness. They experienced trauma when they were young. They didn't have their emotional needs met. And those needs are not going to be met now. It is far too late for them. So, yes, they're stuck. A lot of them. They can't just move on. They can't just forget about you. If they've been with you long enough, they focus their energy and attention on you. And although they never fully attached, they tried to attach to you. And they failed to do that. So that then creates this problem that they have, where then they can't fully detach. And instead what they do then is they try to replace you. And they look for you in someone else. And all that's really happening is it's that energy that they stole from you. They project onto the new source. And they try to turn them into you. And you may even see that they're trying to get them to look like you, to dress like you, to do all of these things just like you do. Because they're just looking for another you. They couldn't be satisfied with you. And I think deep down they know that it was them. They were the problem. So then they try to turn someone else into you. Sorry, I know there is quite a bit of noise. I came to this path before. I didn't realize it was so busy. Let's let these people walk past.
Sorry, thank you.
I've actually been barged out of the way quite a few times already, so just step out of the way. But yes, my attention is on this video and to give you this message, because I know it is very important for you, a lot of you who are going through this. And yeah, I know you're looking for this validation. I mean, that's what we all need. We need this closure after we've been involved with these toxic people, because as I said, they have a void. So what happens is when you come around them, or they come around you, you're pouring all of your energy and you're getting nothing back in return. And energy tends to be something that we can't really control. It just is what it is. So it's not that they're deliberately withholding this energy from you. It's just you're giving your energy to them. It's going into this void. And then it just disappears without a trace. And they can't give anything back to you, because even that energy you gave to them, that just disappeared. They can't generate anything from within. By default, they are takers because they have a void. So all they're looking to do is take. And I know you may be watching this and thinking that that's maybe what you feel like right now. I mean, you've just been discarded, left alone by a narcissist. They're just forgotten about you. You thought you had a relationship. You thought it was love. And they've just gone. And now, maybe you just feel like you need some love. You need some attention. Well, that's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you were involved with someone who couldn't give that to you. In the beginning, all they did was love bomb you, manipulate you, reflect all of this back to you so that they could steal your energy. You're not willingly handing over your energy to validate the illusion because you don't believe in it anymore. But of course, when they discard you and they triangulate you, You start to believe that, yes, they're happy now, they've moved on. You start to validate this other section of the illusion, thinking that it's real, thinking that, yes, they're happy, they've got something better with someone else. And I know what that's like. I've experienced it myself. Yeah, it's not a nice experience at all. When you gave them everything you got, and then you're left with nothing, you're on your own. You just feel like you're garbage, like you're nothing. Because that's how they made you feel. They just tossed you aside. After everything they did to you, they made you feel like you have no value, you're nothing. And yeah, it's that lack of self-love because of how they treated you. And you might think to yourself, if I was worth anything, then how could they do all of those things to me and then just leave me behind and move on to someone else, like I never even existed? So I get it. I completely understand how that must feel. You think they're just completely over you, they've just moved on, and you're left behind. But as I said, it's not like that at all. It is just an illusion. Just remember back when you first met them, when they manipulated, they love bombed you. All of that was fake. It wasn't real. As I said, that void that can never be filled. The energy that you thought that you were receiving, where you thought you had met the one, you had met your soulmate, that energy was from, you were fueling the illusion. And if you weren't there, maybe it would have been someone else. Or if it wasn't someone else, then they would have experienced a narcissistic collapse. They would have experienced depression. The wrong way here. Go back this other way. That's what it is when you see them. When they target you, they're coming towards you with so much enthusiasm. It's because they're pretty much collapsed. They're completely drained out of air. They're so desperate for something that it's like they're willing just to take it by force. They just want to force it out of you. Especially when they begin to devalue you. Because by that point, they know you're not going to validate the illusion anymore. So they just want to force it out of you and make you pay attention to them. Because as I said, they never had their emotional needs met when they were children. And they learned another way to get attention, which is by causing trouble, drama and chaos, starting arguments, fights, and just acting as though something is not right with them. So that is an excuse to fight so that they can get supply, and then it validates their feelings. So that's all that really is. That's why they do that. And knowing that, you should know whatever they do, wherever they go, it is still fake. Because when a person has to do that, come to you with these manipulations, this love bombing, and they're trying to deceive you, another person just barging into me again. But that's how it goes. A lot of people are just in their own world these days, as you can see. But yes, as I said, you could be sure that wherever they go, whatever they do, it's always going to be fake. Just as fake as it was with you. because you weren't trying to force anything out of them. With you, you were very accommodating, you were very giving. You gave them the perfect space for them to just be themselves. And if they couldn't do that with you, they're not going to do that with anyone. They're always going to be that way, and it's never going to change. You can be sure of that by how they treated you. They didn't care about you. And in the beginning, all they did was just give you this illusion. They love bombed you, they manipulated you. It wasn't real. And when they move on, they're just going to do the same thing with someone else. And then they're going to get tricked. And they're going to be wondering why they have to change themselves and be so different for them, without realizing that this new person, they're just trying to turn them into another you. Triangulate you, but they're also triangulating them with you, often without your knowledge or awareness. You may not even know that this is going on, but they're also comparing them to you when they're with them. And that's changing the new supply. It's getting them to comply with certain standards or certain things that they want. Barged in again. But yes, it's getting them to comply with certain things that they want, so that, and that's the whole point of it, really, the illusion and the manipulation. It's just so that they, by gaining power and control over their targets, it makes them feel like they have some type of authority over them when they can tell them what to do and when they listen to them. So, sorry, I know there is quite a lot of noise, more people coming again. Try not to get pushed out of the way this time. Oh, more again. Just let them pass, then I can continue with this important message. But yes, let me know down below in the live chat, what have you been experiencing with the narcissist? If you're watching this video right now, I'm assuming that you may have been discarded, and it looks like they've moved on. So let me know what you've seen. Maybe you saw them in person. Maybe they were putting things on social media. But you can be sure that whatever they do, it's always for attention. It's always because they never got their emotional needs met as a child. It always comes back to that. Because of course, if they were emotionally fulfilled, emotionally stable, they wouldn't need to do that at all. But of course, they give the appearance of that in the beginning by love bombing you, manipulating you. But it's all fake. It's a false appearance. They have an agenda. And as I've said before, pretty much everything they do, it's driven by envy. Even when they manipulate you. Whatever they do, they're desiring to take something from you. But at the same time, they don't even want to acknowledge you as a person. Because if you stand in your own confidence of knowing who you are, then that energy is going to yourself. So they have to keep you off balance to where your authenticity, your natural energy is then directed to them. And then they can go off with that same energy as you, feeling like they're on top of the world. as you might normally feel, as you may have felt before you met them. Try not to get pushed off the edge. But yes, it's just your energy that they want. They envy your energy. Because when you look at it, that's all that there really is in this life. There's just energy. And when they come around you, you get completely depleted of that. And then that's when they discard you. When they think that you've got nothing left to give, they've taken it all out of you. Then they just leave you alone to sit with nothing. They just want to leave you by yourself because they already know exactly how that feels. To have no energy of your own. To feel like you're nothing. That's how they normally feel. However you feel following an interaction or engagement with a narcissist, that's typically how they felt before they drained you. Just looking at the live chat here. Paris Marie says, luckily for us, we're going outside the box. Thanks to Narc Survivor, we have a safe space. A community where we can be inspired and build each other back. Yes, that is what this is about. That's what this is all about. Because, as I've said, I've been there myself on several occasions where I have been depleted by an energy vampire, a narcissist. And it's just that feeling, I will never forget it. It's a horrible feeling. On several occasions where I was just sitting in my room, well, in my hotel room, or in my villa, just sitting there. Got this 3-bedroom brand new villa with a pool, brand new BMW parked outside. And I'm just sitting there on the bed with my head in my hands, feeling like I'm losing my damn mind. Feeling just completely worthless inside. So alone. That pathological loneliness. Feeling like I'm nothing. No one wants me. No one cares about me. No one wants to pay me any attention. And it just tears you apart. And it just makes you desire some sort of company. And it could be anyone. It's like you just don't care. You just need someone there to replenish you after everything you went through. You just want some company. And it's just that feeling. I will never forget it. I've experienced it more than once. But the last 2 times, when I was in Thailand, that was really the worst. When I'm in this busy city, and again, at this beach town, and I'm just thinking, everyone's outside, they're partying. They've all got things going on, they're having fun. And I'm just stuck in this villa on my own. And I just felt so defeated, so worthless. Just felt like no one wants me. I'm nothing, I'm garbage. And in that moment, I think what we want is just that validation. We just want someone to make us feel attractive. We want someone to look at us like, yes, you are something. You are attractive. You are desirable. You are all of these things. And that moment, when you experience that, to go from feeling like you're completely nothing, and then suddenly you're everything to someone, that is just an incredible contrast. To go from that to that, and that is what makes it so addictive. It's like after everything you went through, and then finally you're like, okay, that was bad, but now this time this is real. This person really wants me. Maybe they don't love me, but they like me. And they see me as I am. And yeah, I'll never forget that feeling. It's just the anxiety. You feel like the walls are caving in, like you're boxed in, and there's no escape. You're suffocating emotionally. And it's like you just can't generate anything from within, which in fact is exactly how narcissists typically feel when they don't have supply. But for them, it's probably even worse. I mean, they could even do that. They couldn't sit in a space to themselves and just be alone with their feelings. But even for us, in that moment, it's like we just need some form of escape. We need a distraction. It is a horrible feeling. I remember myself on several occasions to just be so completely alone, to not have anyone to talk to. It's not a nice feeling at all. And I really want to drive this home so that you know that yes, I have been there myself. And at the time I felt kind of embarrassed, even ashamed that I couldn't regulate myself. It's like I couldn't give myself the attention that I needed, as though I'd already been drained. And it just felt nice at that time to have some company, just to have someone who was close to me. Because of course, when you're completely alone, in that moment you may even want the narcissist back. Even if it's just negative attention, like at least there's someone there. I mean, when there's no one there at all, that is a very different experience. It's very different. And it's not nice at all. I'm sure many of you can relate to that though, just that pathological loneliness. When you're just sitting alone in your house, maybe you're just laying on the bed, you're watching TV, but you just want to call someone, you just want to have that company, you want someone to be there. And that's really what this community is about. It's just to provide that emotional support support to you, that validation, because that is what we all need. We need someone to be there for us, someone who understands, someone who knows what it is like. And yes, I hope that I can be that for you. Just looking for the live chat here. Glad to hear that it's come across well. People can understand. People know what it's like. Because that is just the situation that they leave us in. When we're just alone, we're confused, we're discarded, gaslit. You see them, they triangulate with someone else. And you just feel like you need someone there. It's such a powerful impact. It has such an effect. When you go from feeling like you're nothing to feeling like you're everything. And it feels real. It's just an incredible feeling. And it's very addictive. And at times that will just run you into another narcissist as well. Because that could just be their motivation. But it's hard. It's very hard. And you go through that. And what you really need to do when that happens, when you're discarded, when you're left alone by yourself, you just need to find some source of emotional support. And it doesn't always have to be an intimate partner. I mean, I can understand that as well. Sometimes we just need some company. Yes, I get it. But it's also finding that way to validate yourself, or to find someone that you can trust, someone that you can talk to, whether it's a therapist or a coach, someone to validate your feelings, because there is nothing wrong with that at all. Of course, narcissists will try to shame you. If you have a therapist or you have a friend that you're talking to, they will always try to shame you for doing that. But in actuality, it makes perfect sense. Because once you've been invalidated all of that time, you've been gaslit, it's like your own processing is impaired to where you can no longer validate yourself, because you've been told all of this time that whatever you think is wrong. So, yes, very important to have some type of support system. Otherwise, you will feel like you're losing your mind. You will feel like you're going crazy, like you don't even know who you are anymore. Thank you for the donation, Benefit Tarantino. I appreciate it. yes, that was definitely one of my main motivations for starting this channel. It's just that feeling of loneliness. I mean, that's what really motivated me. Because I just don't want anyone to go through that alone. I know if you've been through narcissistic abuse, you know exactly what that feels like. Anxiety, just become restless. And it's like your mind is telling you that you just need someone there. You need someone to comfort you, to validate your emotions. And yes, I know what it's like. I've experienced it several times. I got through it. That's how I'm able to bring this message to you after everything that I've experienced. But you do need to remember that everything you're seeing from the narcissist, you think that they've moved on, they're happy without you. It is all an illusion. It isn't real. Because if they could have done that, they could have just done that with you. You were very forgiving and accommodating. They were so emotionally secure to where they could move on like that, then they would have just stayed with you. So remember that, and know that you are not alone. A lot of people are going through this. A lot of people know what this is like. They've experienced it. They've come out the other side stronger, the better now. But the narcissist, they don't get over you. They don't process the emotions. I mean, remember, they never talked about it with you. They didn't give you any closure or validation. They just moved on. So those feelings, that shame, it stays with them. It doesn't just go away. But for you, yes, you can heal. You can process these emotions. And you can become stronger. And then you can move on and find someone who is also emotionally healthy. Someone who isn't so insecure to where they are very erratic, very irritable, like there's always something eating away at them. You can move on and find someone who isn't like that. But that's how it should be. It's not two people who complete each other. It should be two complete people who are coming together. That is a much more healthier situation for people to be in. And that's what I want for you as well, is for you to heal and move on from this.
instead of falling back into the arms of a narcissist. Because you should know by now that yes, they do have a void. And when you really recognize that, you're not going to want to be around them. Because this void, all they can do is take from you. It's negative energy. It can only take. They can't bring anything to you. And that's why by the end of it, you will feel completely confused, like you're losing your mind, don't know what's happening to you, what's going on, because they're very insecure. They have no inner sense of value. They lack a sense of self. So they need your sense of self and your value so that they can survive emotionally and to sustain the illusion as well. That's how it works. And that's pretty much how you know exactly what you are dealing with. Because a person who has a sense of self, and not only that, but an inner sense of value, you're not going to feel like that around them. You're going to feel stronger, you're going to feel more confident, you're not going to feel confused. Everything will make perfect sense. So you have to stop chiming in, stop tuning in to the narcissist illusions and whatever they're portraying to you. Because when you're doing that, you're giving yourself away to a void that has an inability to replenish you. Because remember, this person has no identity. It's all fake. There's no inner sense of value. And there's no empathy coming to you to understand your feelings or experience. So you're being invalidated as well. And you just kind of switch. It's like you trade personalities. So they become more like you and you become more like them. They become more emotionally stable and secure. And you become off balance. Because they're taking your energy away from you, and then you're being depleted. And of course, you need this energy to sustain yourself. Everything is energy. That's all that there is. So when they come around you, you should already know exactly what they want. They want a piece of that energy. And when you give it to them, you will deplete yourself. It's not like a normal interaction where you're talking to someone and you're giving energy to them, they're giving energy to you. You're understanding different ideas, different concepts. It's not like that at all. So always check yourself after an interaction, whoever you're talking to. At the end of it, ask yourself, does this make me feel good? Does it make me feel more energetic, more grounded in myself? Does it make me feel happy, motivated? Or is it just draining the life out of me? But also understand as well that sometimes negative things have a place too. Because negative things do happen. And we shouldn't just sweep it under the rug. We do need to talk about it. And that can provide you with some clarity as well. And it can make you feel better afterwards once you've processed the emotions, because that is healing as well. So, yes, that's really it for this video. And I hope that I have validated your experiences. I hope that I have brought you some closure. And as always, you can give this video a thumbs up down below if it was helpful to you. It helps to support our community. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section as well. I am reading your comments every day. Share the video, subscribe for one-on-one coaching sessions. You can book one with me on my website. It is narcsurvivor.co.uk. And I have my Instagram as well. It's Narc Survivor YouTube and Instagram. You can check out my pictures and videos of my travels, which I post every day on there. So thank you all, and I will talk to you in another video very soon.